So people ask me all the time, how do I stay consistent and disciplined over such a long period of time, coming up on 7 years now? And in order to explain that, I have to tell you exactly kind of what I went through mentally throughout my journey. I was almost 500 pounds. I was immobile. I could not walk. I could not fit behind the steering wheel. And I lost my father to pancreatic cancer quite suddenly in 2004. And I made him a promise on his deathbed that I was going to make him proud of me. And he wanted me to get my health back. I held his hand as he died, and I promised him I was going to make him proud of me. And for the next year, I kind of sunk after that. And then I put it together with the fire of all of my grief and my rage that my father was taken away from me, and what I had done to my life and what I had done to my body and where I had gotten, and I just burned it. Oh, no! At both ends for 2 years. I lost over 250 pounds. I felt good. And I called the whole journey an old promise. It was all dedicated to my father. Every time I would do my 5Ks, I went by his grave. I would touch my heart, kiss and point to his grave every single time. I'm doing this for you, Dad. I will not let you down, no matter what. And that's how I felt. And I had a food addiction I didn't understand. And I was binging on the weekends. I was severely restricting during the week. And I was exercising more than anyone ever should. And I was doing everything I could to fulfill that promise. And eventually, it was unsustainable. And eventually, the wheels fell off. And I fought. It didn't just give up. I kept fighting, but I would gain massive amounts of weight in these binges. And then the time between the binges was too few, and I was just losing, and I was slipping, and I was slipping, and I was at 285, and I was at 320, and then I was at 360, and I fought, and I fought. I'm not going back over 400. I'll never go back over 400. Going back over 300 was such a, it just killed me. So I got back over 400. I was miserable. I lost my ability to walk again. I was disgusted with myself, and I was ashamed of myself, and I felt like it was legitimately over for me. And the worst part of that was I felt like I let him down. I didn't fulfill my promise to my father, and I failed everyone, including myself. And I hated myself. I hated myself. And that's why I talk about forgiving yourself. That's why I talk about taking it one day at a time. Because I realized there was no path forward without first forgiving myself. And I realized that I could lose it all because I had. And it was one of my biggest fears. And where I was at was such a dark, hopeless place that it scared me to ever think about going back. So once I took that first step, I got the courage, and I just said, you know what? I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to do it messy. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to take a step today, and I'm going to stop beating myself up. I'm going to stop hating myself, because where is that getting me? In circles. I can't do this anymore. So I'm going to try something new. I forgave myself. I committed to myself to be kind to myself and to take one step at a time. So you ask me how I stay consistent now. 1, I'm scared to go back there. And 2, because I lost it all. My entire focus this entire time has been sustainability. And guess what? That's the right answer. That's the right answer. And so I don't want to go back there. I do not want to feel that way ever again in my life. And I won't, as long as I'm standing. And I've learned that I am stronger than I thought I was. But I've also learned that I can lose it all at any moment. I know that this is something that requires constant dedication and effort. Every single day, I have to put in some effort. I have to take a step every single day. That's the deal I made with myself. That's the deal I made to make my father proud. And that's what I'm going to do, because I would rather die. I would rather die than go back there. I'll never go back there. So yeah, sometimes I don't feel like exercising. Sometimes I'm depressed. Sometimes my heart's broken. Like now. And I keep going every single day, no matter what. Because that's the deal. And that's how you get out. That's how you get out of the dark. Forgive yourself, and you keep on going forward. And that's what I do every single day. Every day is day one. I don't rest on my accomplishments at all. Not at all. I used to, and I lost them all. Every day is day one. I just want to be a little bit better than I was yesterday. That's how I do it. Thanks for the question.